Okay, in this video we're looking at measurement. Our topic is measurement. The subtopic is circumference of a circle. The circumference is the distance around a circle. It is also known as the perimeter. So another word for circumference is perimeter. Good, so we understand that perimeter is the total distance around a plane figure. For a circle, we normally use the word circumference instead of perimeter, but both of them means the same thing. Good, so we're going to look at a couple of terms. Firstly, let us look at radius. Radius is a straight line that is drawn from the center of a circle to any point of the circumference. Good, so here, from the center of a circle, a straight line that is drawn from the center to the circumference, we call that a radius. And we can draw multiple radius in a circle, and always the radius will maintain the same length. So let's say if this radius is 5 cm and we draw another radius in the same circle, we should have 5 cm as well. Good. The next term we look at is diameter. Diameter is any straight line that passes through the center of the circle and whose endpoints lies or touches the circumference of the circle. So a diameter is this line. So the diameter, we understand that the radius is drawn from the center to the circumference. The diameter is drawn from one point of the circumference straight through the center to another point. If you look at this, a diameter is made up of two radii. So from here to here will be a radius, and from here to there will be a radius. The plural for radius is radii, and the outer part of the circle, we call that the circumference. Good. There are two formulas or formulae. There are two ways we can write the plural for formula is formulas or formulae. That can be used. So there are two formulas that can be used to find the circumference of a circle. Firstly, we can use c equals 2 pi r. Pi is a Greek letter which is approximately 22/7 or 3.14 corrected 2 decimal places. Good, so there are two formulas we can use. C equals 2 pi r or c equals pi d. Okay, this two radii will equals to the diameter, so that's why we just have pi d. Oftentimes persons make a common mistake, they have 2 pi d. So the formula is just pi d. C equals 2 pi r, or we can use c equals to pi d. Good, so here's just a circle. The formula c equals to pi d, c equals to 2 pi r. Whichever formula we use, we have the same answer. And the outer part is known as the circumference. Okay. Let us try working these problems. Calculate the circumference of the following circles using pi. Again, this is a Greek letter. Pi equals 22/7. So sometimes in questions they will tell us what value to use pi as. Let's say if the question doesn't specify, we can use pi as 22/7 or we can use it as 3.14. Good, so here in this question, I know that there are two formulas we can use. We can use c equals to pi d or c equals 2 pi r. Since we are given the radius here, so the radius is given, I can use c equals to 2 pi r. So c equals, okay, let me write this properly, 2 pi r. Good. Let's say if we want to use c equals to pi d, we have to find the diameter here, and we know that 2 radii equals to 1 diameter, so the diameter would have been 14. But that is some extra work, so you can go ahead and use c equals to 2 pi r. So c will equals, okay, 2 pi r means 2 times pi times r, so it will be 2 times pi, which is 22/7, times r, which is 7. If we like, it's optional, we can make this as a fraction by putting it over 1. This 7 can go into 7 one time, 7 to 7 one time. So c will equals to 2 times 22. 22 and 22 will give us 44. 44 times 1 will give us 44. cm. So that's the circumference of the circle, 44 cm. Let us look at another problem. Okay, here we have a decimal number. Again, since we are given the radius, we can use c equals 2 pi r. Good, so it will be now 2 times pi, which is 22 over 7, times r, which is 12.25. Okay. We cannot cancel 7 and 22, 12.25. So what we can do, we can multiply these three numbers. It doesn't matter which two we multiply first. So it's easier for us to multiply the 2 times 22. That will give us 44. So we'll have 44 over 7 times 12.25. Good. Our next step, we can multiply these two numbers, and the answer that we have will divide it by 7. And in second form, you're not allowed to use calculator. So let us do our multiplication here. 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, we don't need to write the 9 outside there. We put it inside. 4 ones 4. Good, so now we add a 0 at the bottom. 4 5s 20. Now we have 4 2s 8 and 2 10. 4 2s 8 and 1 9. 4 ones 4. Good, so now we need to add those numbers. We have 0 0 0 and 9 will give us 0. 9 plus 4 is 13. 4 plus 1 will give us 5. Good. Remember, this number have two decimal places, so we need to move 1 time, 2 time. So answer will be 539.00. This 0 doesn't have any value. It's just it's just holding up a space there. Good. So what we can do, this answer is actually 539. So here I'll write 539 divided by 7. And again, we'll do one more. We'll do division here. So let us use our scrap paper. We can do any one of the division. We can do long division, or we can do short division. Okay, let me go with the short division. So 7 can go into, we know 7 cannot go into 5, right? So let us consider the 53, the 53. 7 to 53, 7 7's 49. So 7 can go into 53 7 time. Okay, 49 and what will make 53? 49 and 4. So I'll put a 4 here. So this number is 49. Now 7 can go into 49 7 times. So 7 can go into 539 7 to 7 times. So our answer will be 77 cm. Good. Let us now look at another problem. In this question, we are given the diameter. And the diameter is 21 cm. We can use C equals to pi d, since we are given a diameter. And for this entire question, for the entire example 1, we'll use pi as 22 over 7. So I'll write 22 over 7 times d, which is 21. It's optional if you like to put this over 1, but you don't have to. 7 can go into 7 1 time, 7 can go into 21 3 times. So here we can cancel easily. Now I'll multiply 22 times 3. If you do your multiplication, you'll get 66 cm. So the circumference will equal to 66 there. Okay, one more problem on example 1. So here again, we are given the diameter. You see equals to pi d. Pi will be 22 over 7 times the diameter, which is 8. Okay, we know that we cannot cancel the 7 and the 8. So what we'll do, we'll multiply. Let us make this as a fraction. Let us multiply 22 times 8. And then let us multiply 7 times 1. Well, 7 times 1 will give us 7. Okay, let me see. 22 times 8. 8 to 16. 8 to 16 plus 1 is 17. So we'll get 176. Okay. And now we'll have to divide. See how many times 7 can go into 176. Let me do my division here. 176, 7. Okay, 7. We know 7 cannot go into 1. Let us look at this as 17. So 7 into 17, 7 2 is 14. 14 and what makes 17? 14 and 3. So we put a little 3 there. So this number becomes 36. 7 can go into 7 5s 35. So 7 5s 35. How many remain? 1. Let us add a 0 there. Because, okay, why did I add a 0? 7 cannot go into 1. So since we add a 0 there, we'll need to add a decimal point. How many times 7 can go into 10? 1 time. Remainder 3. Okay, 7 cannot go into 3, so we add a 0. 7 into 30. 7 4 is 28. So you put 4 there. Remainder 2. Add another 0. 7 into 20. 7 2s. Okay, we'll stop there. Alright, what I'll do, I'll just write my answer to 2 decimal place. So it will be 25.14. I don't need to write it to 3. 2 is good enough. Whenever you like to write your answer to 2 decimal places, you always have to get 3 decimal place. And you need to look at the third number. If that number is less than 5, we don't need to add anything there. If the third number is more than 5, then it's when we need to add 1 there. So since this number is less than 5, our answer will be 25.14. So we'll have 25.14 meters. Good. Let us now look at another example. Okay, this is example 2. Same instruction, calculate the circumference of the following circles using, okay, in this case we're going to use pi as 3.14. Good, so I'll write my formula. C equals to 2 pi r. Since we are given the radius, I can use 2 pi r. C equals to 2 times pi, which is 3.14, times it by r, which is 3.5. We have 3 numbers to multiply. Okay, so we can multiply 2 of the number first. So I can multiply these 2, the answer that I have, and multiplied by that one. Or I can multiply these 2, the answer that I have, and multiplied by the 2. It doesn't matter which way we choose to do our multiplication, the answer will be the same. So let's see. Okay, let me try this. Okay, 2 multiplied by 3.14, 2 times 3 will give us 6, 2 times 2, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 4 is 8. So I multiply these 2, I will get that, multiply by 3.5. Okay, so let us now do our multiplication. So I have 628. Let us leave out the decimal point. So I have 2 decimal places here. I have 1 decimal place. So when I write my answer, I need to put in 3 decimal place. So here is 1, that's 2. Let us multiply by 35. Good. 5 8 is 40. 5 2 is 10, plus 4 is 14. 5 6 30, plus 1 is 31. We add a 0 there. 3 8 is 24. 3 2 6, plus 2 will give us 8. 3 6 18. Good, so all I need to do now is to add these numbers. So I have 0, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 will give us 9. 8 plus 3 is 11. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. Good. So this number contains 2 decimal places. This number contains 1 decimal place. In total, we have 3 decimal places. So let us move 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So my final answer, this. Okay, whenever we have a 0, whenever we have a decimal number with a 0 at the back, this 0 doesn't have any value, so we don't need to write that 0. So my answer is 21.98. 21.98. And this now will be meters. Okay, next problem. Okay, so here I'm giving a diameter. I will use C equals pi d. Let's say if you want to use C equals 2 pi r, the radius in this case would be 4, because since the diameter is twice the radius will be half of 8, which will be 4. Okay, so 3.14 times it by 8. Okay, now let us do our multiplication on the side. Okay, 314 times 8. 8 4 is 32. 8 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. 8 3 is 24, plus 1 is 25. Good. This number contains 2 decimal places, so I'll put 2, 1, 2. Good. So my answer there will be 25.12 cm. Okay, let us look at another set of example 3. Here we have worded question. Calculate the circumference of the following circles using pi as 3.14 or 22/7 as appropriate. So here we have a choice. So we'll see whichever one will be easier with our calculation, whether 3.14 or 22/7. Good. How far does a wheel of radius 56 cm travel in one revolution? One revolution is a full turn, so it's a circle. So you want to know actually the distance around a circle, right, which is known as the circumference. So since we are given the radius, c equals 2 pi r, and it will be 2 times pi. Okay, we have a choice whether to use 3.14 22/7. Okay, you always look at your radius, right? Since we have given a radius here, we look at the radius. If the radius can be divided by 7, it will be easier to use a fraction. Let's say if this number was 50, we know that 7 cannot go into 50, so we'll use the decimal number instead, 3.14. But since 7 can go into 56, 7 eighths will be 56. I will use 22/7. So 22/7 times 56. Okay, because we can cancel the fractions, 7 into 7 1 time, 7 into 56 8 times. Good, so here we have 3 numbers to multiply. 2 times 22 times 8. Let me see. Let us multiply the 2 times 8. First, 2 8 16. Or let us multiply 22 times 8. It doesn't matter which 2 we choose to multiply. Get the same answer. Okay, 22 times 8. 22 times 8. 8 to 16. 8 to 16 plus 1 is 17. So we have 176. And now this 176 will multiply it by 2. 176 times 2. 2 6 12. 2 7 14 plus 1 15. 2 1s 2 plus 1 3. So we have 352 cm. So that's our answer. Next problem. A circular wire ring has a diameter of 30 cm. So I'll use the formula C equal pi d since we are given a diameter. What is the length of the wire? So you want to know the distance. So it's a circular wire. We want to know the distance around the wire, the length, the circumference, the perimeter. Good. 30. I cannot cancel 30 with 7. 7 cannot go into 30. We'll have remainder, so I'll write C equal pi. I'll use 3.14 times 30. And now we need to multiply that. So 314, write the bigger number on top. Okay, 0 times 4 will give us 0. 0 times 0 multiplied by any number will give us 0. 3 4 is 12. 3 1s 3 plus 1 will give us 4. 3 3 is 9. So this addition is simple. 0 plus 0 is 0. We have 2, 4, 9. Good. Since this number contains 2 decimal places, I'll put 2, 1, 2. And again, since we have a 0 at the back here, the 0 doesn't have any value, so we can write our answer as 94.2. So C equals 94.2 cm. So that will be the circumference of the circle. Okay, let me just go through some problem. So let's say if we have a number like this, 3.1400. This is actually 3.14. The zeros at the back doesn't have any space. But let's say if there's a number here, then the zero, then this zero has value, right?